beef that he had to salt because usually it comes super salty.
Yeah, I mean,
he
that's-
bought a really nice cut, he said, and he's like, it just had no salt in it. He was like, it's really strange because usually it's like all salt is really you can taste.
I liked it. It was good.
Good.
Yep. So,
We like having people over and feeding them. And
well, no, we gotta have you guys. But maybe we'll do it when we can go outside, so Dan doesn't have that dog issue.
well, as soon as windows can get opened,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay.
It's totally fine. It's like, honestly, it's like as soon as it's just that when houses like this room, our house right now, and it's just that stale
Yeah.
air that doesn't. And as soon as things and he gets out of like the when we're not worried about flu and pneumonia. You know what I mean? Like all because he can go there pretty quickly.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he gets like his lungs.
Yeah.
And we're
It's not good.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah.
We're like 2. I
It's
just,
gonna be really nice on Sunday. I think it's supposed to be up Okay, I guess we're on. We'll begin with the. Okay, it's March 19th. We're here for a building committee meeting. Regular monthly meeting. We have an agenda. And the first item is approval of minutes from last meeting. Why don't we take a look at those, and when we're ready, maybe somebody can make a motion. This. They were in the email, I think. So, okay, second. Anybody notice any changes or? Okay. Can't do that.
So she's not part of the committee, but she put a line in for her.
Excellent.
His name is spelled wrong, as usual. And I had one other question on the last paragraph where it said monthly report financial update. It said, Greg said the remaining balance is, I believe, 451, but it didn't say what the balance was. What the balance related to.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear what he's saying, so
The last paragraph of the minutes.
I don't have the minutes in front of me, but go ahead.
It says Greg Morrow said that the remaining balance is $1,451,000. The opening line of the financial update, and I didn't know if that was the
Of
contingent.
38,943,000 and change, the total cost of the project.
Yeah, it's the unencumbered amount right now.
Okay, all I think the minute should reflect is it just gives a number, but it doesn't say what the number's for, so if it's the
Unencumbered.
unencumbered portion that remains, maybe we should update that.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So with those changes, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Meeting minutes are approved. And then, Greg, could you give us a project update, please?
Sure, happy to. Based on from last meeting, you won't see a whole lot of things completed or done from our last meeting that you'd notice, but sheet rocking, plumbing rough-in, electrical rough-in, areas are getting finished up, especially at the elementary school. So we're moving forward on planned schedule as we have. We're looking to actually turn over, I'll call it the east side of the elementary school in April and start moving into that area, as well as those areas at the high school keep moving forward. So we're right on target. We're doing quite well, and we have actually a couple things that are ahead of schedule due to some changes that we had. The elementary kitchen, as you know, we've been on a temporary serving line, is actually targeted to open new kitchen on April 8th. For serving the students, and we are targeting the returning April 29th, which is that Monday, returning from school vacation, that the kitchen at the high school, the new kitchen at the high school, will be up and operational. So we have some real good news on those areas. A lot of work's going to happen in April vacation, but we continue to move forward, and we're actually in pretty good shape with the scheduling and where we are at this point.
So, Greg, the site work will start on renew again on April 1st?
That is correct.
Well, it'll depend a little on mud. I just drove
Yep.
through.
Okay.
It's gonna dry up,
Right.
but sometime like that. Let's see with rain.
It's on the horizon.
Frost is just about out,
Mhm.
but now it's a matter of being dry enough to function.
It is targeted for the beginning of April for both sites to kind of resume.
Yeah, you just to refresh if you can, Greg, the committee on what that will entail and.
The biggest change, or biggest area of impact is around the high school. So you'll be looking at a lot of the roadway construction that goes around the back, placing of sidewalks, curbing, the binder coats for the new driveway and parking areas around the high school will all be installed through that April area. And again, weather does kind of play a role to all of that. At the elementary school, you'll see continued areas of the new sidewalks that are going to be put in, coming out of the back of the school, down the sides of the school, regrading. So all of those will be happening in that April period. So that's where you'll notice most of it. And then where you'll see some big stuff won't be at the elementary until after school gets out, where we'll be digging up the front parking lot and putting in the new drainage systems and repaving that area out there.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, has the boiler issue settled down?
We're running on, both schools are running on their permanent boilers, and we have not had, and I'm being careful, I'll go with the knock here, we have not had any issues with the new boilers, been quite happy with them.
And the ones that didn't work,
They're gone.
they're gone, but we paid the contract for them or whatever.
I think we spoke about that at the last meeting. The issue was they wound up, even though they were leaving sooner, right, our rental was really sort of in place. So what we saved by thank you, Tim. What we saved by removing the boilers earlier, we made up for in expediting the construction project to make the connections for the new boilers.
I'm not sure they
Down
want two mics. So that's moved forward, and actually the physical plant is actually gone. It's not on site.
Okay.
That's my update.
Any other questions? Okay, you've covered part of the next one, Greg, and then just could you go over your financial document?
Sure, I'm happy to. As you know, we go through this every month, and so what we do is we do weekly updates and projections of where we are in cost-wise. So as you know, the original project was $38,943,000. The revised is $38,946,000, which is a reflection of the garage that we sold at the high school. So that's still right in. Our revised total right now with the GMP is $34 million. As of the date of this document, is $34,107,434, and that includes all the change orders and change estimates that have been approved as of the date of this document, which is $465,374. We are on target. Financially, we are keeping right in with what we had done for our due diligence of projections and where we would be moving forward at this point. So I feel pretty comfortable where we're headed. Again, we have some placeholders, as we've talked before, for unsuitables and some areas that if we don't know, and those are in our projections as we go forward too. So I think right now we're in pretty good shape. As I mentioned also in my report, we've hit a lot of our goals ahead of time, which has been great. The nice thing is, again, back to the kitchens are going to be opened ahead of time, which really plays a good role. Kudos to the schools. We've had a lot of movement around the schools. We've had a lot of things going on. The principals have been awesome. It's a lot of work when you start looking at all the moving parts and pieces, and it affects people here and there, but I got to say everybody's been really quite awesome of trying to get all of this coordinated and getting all the little bits and pieces moving ahead. So I think we're doing quite well in that.
Any questions?
Just a quick question about, so the new kitchen will be up and running at the junior, senior high?
Correct.
Will it be serving?
Yes.
It'll be serving out of that?
Yep. After school break. Yes.
After school break?
Yes. They'll be serving out of it. They'll actually have to walk to where the caf is now, because the new cafeteria, the new kitchen is where the new caf will be, which is not, or cafetorium, I should say, at that point, is not there. So they'll be actually walking through the media center into the caf,
So
the
you guys
current
will
caf.
open a door, or
Yep.
there'll be some doorways
Yep,
of access?
there'll be a doorway through the media, the library, which will, the students will be able to come through and go into the existing caf during that transition period. But we will have that all up and running. It's actually, If you go on our school website and go into facilities, you can see a lot of the pictures that we have of those areas, and floors, quarry tiles all installed, and hoods and all of that, and they're all installed, so it's really moving quite well.
Any other questions? So we're gonna get done early here. So a couple of things just of note. Again, just for maybe public benefit, as we all know, we say meeting to meeting that we're just too early in the process to be considering adopting any ad alternates, given how far we have to go on the project and looking at the budget overall. So that's item D, which is crossed out. Final thing, which kind of relates to this building process, is Al and I went over to the legislature yesterday, and we're one of 100 literally people who spoke. We got 3 minutes each and put in a plug for to the finance committee to bring back capital building aid for school buildings. Admittedly, we were amongst a lot of other folks who whose needs in comparison were made ours look like not so bad, but in any event, we were there. I think Pittsfield came and talked about it. They came after we left. It literally went from noon until about 8 o'clock at night, public comment. So who knows? They heard it. I saw a few heads shaking. They seem to be aware of the issue. Mike Cahill continues to push that. It's early in the process, so it's tough to tell where it might go, and if it does happen, really a couple of issues: how much it would be, because they have the tail to pay for the next many years of existing projects. If it comes back, it won't come back to what it was in terms of funds, but something would be good. So.
Would that be retroactive if it's done 3 years in the future?
It's kind of hard to tell.
Current language, in the current text of the bill, it was not set to be retroactive. According to Amy Clark at the DOE, it was not set to be retroactive in the current language, but I think that's why the appeal,
Yeah.
right? To potentially persuade them to do that, but I'm not optimistic that the flavor is such that will happen.
Yeah, we'll see. We mentioned it, but it would be the fair thing to do, because ours, we did the right thing by doing it. It only gets more costly the more you delay it, and so we made all those arguments. We'll just see. If that's anything else. If no,
Just a quick question, and it's kind of maybe a long question, but a quick question. Just in terms of horizon thinking over the summer, can you give me just 1 minute about what the goals are for the summer in both facilities?
Well, elementary school, simple, be done.
I know.
Be 100% done,
Yeah.
or substantially complete.
September 1st.
Right, yep. The high school is to have that whole area paved, done, parking out there, have some of the new areas opened up, going forward, get some of those movements done and in place would be our goal there, and then that way that can focus on some of the renovation stuff that they have to do in the other areas, but we have to get those open, the new areas open, which they're working diligently on, so that would be the goal.
Yeah, we said we'd bring you a timeline at the April meeting, so we hope to do that.
and the April meeting will be what, on the 16th?
16th, 5
Six-
o'clock.
5 o'clock. April 16th, same time, 5.
The addition is going to be essentially complete in the junior, senior high school by the end of the summer.
For the most part.
I recognize maybe the connective tissue's not going to be there.
Yeah, we'll be opening parts of it actually before that. The weight room, that whole area down there, the weight room, the PE room, that addition that's down the back there will actually be opened June. Right now, we're targeting June 24th.
From a big picture plan, Russ, the idea is to occupy the new space while we finish renovating the interior space so that we have enough classroom space. I used that word a third time.
Just in terms of, I know that there were some summer programs that we usually sponsor, that we weren't able to offer because of facilities renovation. Are there, the elementary
We have not canceled any summer programs. They'll be at the elementary school.
The elementary school.
In the new addition.
In the new edition?
That will be opening up in April. The east side.
So
West already opened.
so Greg, will the air conditioning be ready to go in the library at the school, at the elementary school for the summer? Or is
I
that?
have to look, well, it will be done, but
Mhm.
the timing of that, when it's actually available for us to operate, I can't say off
Don't
the
know.
top of my head right now. I'm tend to leaning it's gonna be towards the middle to end of that project, not so much at the very beginning. because
John's
those are
shaking
areas
his
that
head,
They have to
yeah.
get in, and they won't be able to get into those areas until school's out.
Okay.
If it were done, we wouldn't be able to utilize it.
Right.
Yes, you can't get to that part of the building.
Right.
Mike, I have something.
Mm.
I'm a member of the Newmarket Community Church, and we're trying to improve our quality of our sound in our sanctuary. And as you know, we were going to demo the sound panels that were in the old music area, and working with Greg and Danny from Ekman. I just wanted to say thank you, because they salvaged, rather than throw in the dumpster a dozen large 4x10 sound panels, they salvaged them and put them in the front hall for me, and we successfully hauled them off to the church, and we're in the process of trying to refurbish those and reuse those panels, so I wanted to say thank you to everyone involved.
It's great.
Did you get a tax reduction?
Only works on pay taxes.
Russ, you'll be blessed.
Goodwill.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, everyone.